Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
There's a dear friend of ours, and he grew up with a very kind of fundamentalist Christian background.
Right.
And he came into the Panth about 2 years ago.
Oh.
And he's wearing the star every day, keeping his kes, got his kirpan on. And, my husband and I do a lot to kind of help him. But he seems to still have this issue with his parents. And so what advice would you give him, or any of us who have dealt with this in our lives, or someone who is born in one faith and chooses to stay into another faith, and to have like a graceful way to speak with our family about our new lifestyle?
Yeah, okay, thank you. Advice from me. I'll try. Obviously, I have a wife who is, she's from a Russian background, not very religious family, but she became a Sikh. So I kind of relate to that. And myself, my family's not very practicing. They're all cut hair and they drink. And my dad and mom, they still haven't got their turban or anything, or keep their hair. And when I became Amritari, it was a bit of a surprise. It's like, it's not the thing to do in my family. There's a lot of families that are like Gursikh families, but in my family, there's no tradition of this. So it's like, what? You're going to keep your hair, take Amrit? It's like, what? And they thought I was gone fanatical. They thought I'd gone like extreme. So some advice we can give in the Punjabi community is a little bit easier, because even if you become Amritari and your family's not, you can say, well, look, the Guru's were Amritari. Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Amritaris. We can point to that. That's not going to work for somebody from the outside. So the first thing I think is let them be understanding. Somebody's come from a fundamentalist Christian background. That is a very it's a very closed mindset. You should have to accept that. That mindset says and it's based upon quotes in the New Testament that do say, no one, like Jesus says in the New Testament. Now, we don't know because what he actually said, because it was in Aramaic, then it went to Greek, from Greek it went to Latin, from Latin it went translated to English. So in there somewhere, I believe that some things might have been changed, but that's my personal belief. When someone's a Christian, they read the Bible, and that's the word of God for them, even if it is in English. And it says, no one will get to the Father except through me. So there is an element where, people get exclusivist. And they say, this is it, you have to be a Christian or you're going to go to hell. And the parent is going to be horrified to think that the child is going to go to hell because they're not following the Bible. So be understanding of that. Otherwise, someone comes to you with negativity, and then you take that. You know how it works, right? We just respond back with negativity, because the human instinct is fight or flight. Run away, don't talk to you again, or just shout back and be angry with them. And then what you'll end up doing is you'll end up acting out of grace, out of compassion, and that won't be good. Sorry, not out of, but without grace and without compassion. So try and act and understand where they're coming from. Also, I think it's important then maybe to invite them to the Gurdwara, just to see what it's like. Get them to experience a little bit about Sikhism, so they understand that, because they might be thinking, are they American? Is it American? Yeah, so in America, there's a lot of ignorance about Sikh. So if you turn up with a turban and a beard in America, and people think you joined the Taliban. And I'm not even saying that in England, I was in the British Army for 4 years. I'll tell you a funny story, right? I've been in the army for 2 years at this point. British Army, I've got a turban, beard, everything. I'm Amritari in the army. We're in the officers' mess, because I went in the officers' side. In the officers' mess, it's a party. Everybody's drinking. I'm sitting in this environment. They're all getting drunk, so I can relate to where you're coming from. And we have to be there. It's part of the officers have to attend. The junior officers have to be there. And there's this officer's wife, senior officer's wife, sitting next to me. She's had a bit to drink, so she's got a bit of Dutch courage, as they say. She can speak her mind now. And she turns to me and says, just explain the one thing to me. I hope you don't mind me asking, but I don't get it. Like, you, turban, beard, radical Islam. How can you be in the British Army? I was like, do you know I'm a Sikh? She's like, what's that? And I was like, we're not radical Muslims in the slightest. We're just like a different religion. We don't even, And she didn't know. And for all these, she'd known me for about a year at that time. She'd never bothered asking. So there's a lot of ignorance about the Sikh faith. And so we have to explain to them where it came from, what we do, langar. I think it'd be great to take them to a street langar if they can't cope with the langar in a gurdwara, because many Christians won't go inside other churches or or inside a mosque or a mandir. They think that they're betraying Christ by doing that. So you know, when I used to go in the army, I used to go to the church, because on a Sunday you could just sit by yourself. You go to the church, and I just go to church and sing along. It was sangat, you know. But they didn't get it. They didn't get like how I could sit in a church and sing, because with many people you're told don't go anywhere else. There's a fear is put into you that you might attract the devil, and then you're gonna go to hell. so there's this whole thing. So I would say invite them to a street langar, or maybe put them on YouTube. Let them watch a few videos about the Sikhs. We've got this great channel which has got loads of videos, 1400 videos. So you know, let them watch a few videos. They'll understand. And this happened recently to a friend of mine. Although he wasn't from a strong Christian family, but he's German, and his mother is white German, and his dad is Punjabi, and he started to follow Sikhi from watching our videos. His dad's not very religious, so his dad was actually against him, and his mum was like interested, like, what is this thing you're following? And he's just put her on the channel, so they watch the videos together, and he says now she's more of a Sikh than his dad is. So you know, you could just introduce them to what the Sikh philosophy is. What do Sikhs do? What are the parents are worried. They might be coming from a point you're going to hell. They might be worried about you're going to become a suicide bomber. You know, there may be all sorts of things behind that person. Just try to understand where the anger is coming from and deal with that. Don't just say, oh, you're just crazy. You just don't love me. You don't accept me. Try and work out what's their fear. Because people are angry out of fear. Like Yoda said. Fear. That's the root of all problems.
Vaheguru